Hey guys, I know it's not your usual video game video like I always post. That I haven't done in a long time, but I'm gonna change that. For right now, I'm gonna show my Dragon Link deck list that won me first place at Project CCG. It's a locals pretty far from where I live. It was about 26 people. 5 rounds. I went with 4 wins and 1 draw. Um, Went up against 2 Despia, 1 Sword Soul, 1 Zombie World, and 1 hero deck. Elemental heroes? No, evil heroes. It was heroes in general. Yeah, I got 36 packs, a mat, and a field center, as you can see in the thumbnail. I think that's about it. I usually see other videos that just show their deck list, but I wanted to do one for myself. But if it didn't win, then I figured there was no reason for me to post a video about it yet. But now since I did took a dub with it, I want to hurry up and release the goo. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. So obviously we have the rocket package, 3 tracer, 1 recharger, 2 synchrons, 3 quick launch as well. Pretty standard. No need for me to explain all this. Put that to the side. And next we have the chaos package, which is 3 Star Leash, black and white, Levy, and then 3 chaos space. Also pretty standard. If you're not running chaos space, then what are you doing, bro? That's like plus a bunch, plus 1,000, a million. For starters, obviously you have the Safer, but also we have the Red Ice package, the 2 black meadows and the 1 red ice. Obviously you want the red ice in the deck for the Heraldic Seal. I wasn't playing it before, but I figured I need more starter cards. I was testing out with Defrag Dragon, the one that sends to special summon himself, but I realized that I'm going neg 1 every time I summon him, and if I don't have the right cards to send, cards that like, you know, replenish themselves, like Absurrouter or Galactic Spiral or Destrudo, cards that will just replace themselves if they get sent to the graveyard, then I'm basically going neg 1 with the deck. So I decided to get these 2, put 2 black meadows in as my kind of starters, and also place around Droll, which is pretty good. Didn't see a lot of Lancia, so the black metal combo usually resolved with no issues. Another starter is the Chamber with the 2 Tidying, pretty standard, pretty simple. Tidying, just you can extend, you can mount a card pretty much. It was also an out to Mystic Mind. You know, I believe freaking the winner for the recent YCS was playing a Mystic Mind deck. Would hate to go up against that, but it is what it is. I like this package a lot, especially because my deck is like more focused on graveyard effects, if I could say that. Like I have a lot of cards that interact in the graveyard, so, and then the Chaos Ruler and the Zombie Vampire, that's a mill 9, and I'm bound to at least hit one of my graveyard cards and extend even more. So yeah, that's why I like this package. For the extenders, the 2 Absurrouter, 2 Nocto Vision, Destrudo, Galactic Spiral. Brotar is not an extender, but I didn't know where to put him. And then the Chaos Emperor. So these are the main extenders. These are like pseudo extenders, kind of. They have their own gimmicks in the deck. So Absurrouter, basically extender when you have a rocket monster. This plus another rocket monster can, you know, start up your combo. Nocta Vision, best extender in the deck. You can chain block, draw 1, very useful. Destrudo doesn't come up a lot, but you can send him off Ravine. You can send him through Safer at a level 7, like Nocta Vision or Absurrouter for some reason. and you can, you know, pay off your life points to extend with that. Or usually what I was doing was I was using Defrag Dragon to send him, then special summon him from the graveyard targeting Defrag Dragon, and that instantly makes him a level 4 tuner. That was also a combo I was thinking of, but it's a one of and you're not going to see it all the time. Galactic Spiral is Galactic Spiral. I wasn't using him before because I was like, this is basically a hard rank 8 kind of monster, but I decided to test him and I realized that zombie vampire is just like, it's crazy. And you know, it can be used as an extender as well, but the zombie, using him to summon out zombie vampire is just pretty good. Oh yeah. And then Brotar, also summon off of seals. Usually, just, this card is nuts. Usually I'm like adding levy all the time and my opponents are just like, damn, I gotta deal with that next turn? Yes, you do. Usually with Brotar, you summon him off of seals, then you can add levy or any dark dragon monster, but it's usually levy. Let's say you have a dark on the field, Brotar in the graveyard, you can chain block your dark with Brotar. And then you can get the dark search, and then you can get the Brotar search right after, which is a pretty nutty interaction, I would say. Then you have the Chaos Emperor. I'm kind of on edge on this card. It's good to get dragon monsters from your banished pile, but I don't really use them that much. I'm usually signing him out games 2 and 3. I usually only have him for games like 1 if I see him or not. But he's also a level 8. He can be used to exceed summon into your zombie vampire and stuff like that. Alright. For hand traps, I am running 14, technically 15. Yeah. Is it? I think so. So, 3 Veiler. It's a light. It's an imperm, just light. Nothing much to say about him. It's pretty good. 3 Ash. I decided to use Ash because I needed like a way to stop fusion cards. If that makes sense, you know. You got Branded Fusion, you got Fusion Destiny. They decided to hard activate a Red Ice Fusion. It's a generic card that can hit like every deck, so that's why I have Ash. It's not a light or dark, unfortunately, but she is very useful when you go up against those kind of decks that like your other hand traps do nothing. And you can stop Branded Fusion. Did I mention that yet? You can stop Branded Fusion. It's just the best. Obviously, you got the Gamma, the one driver. Some decks don't play it. Some decks do. I decided to play it because there's always like one person that's gonna Ash or gonna draw when you have no monsters on the field. So I decided to keep him. And he actually saved my life last weekend. It was against a Despia player. It started like this. He freaking used, I had Savage on the board, Seal, and IP. He branded opening, special summoned the Louver. He activated the Louver effect. I chained my Savage to negate. Then he chained Super Poly. I was like, oh, here we go, bro. He summoned out the fusion that takes a Despia plus light and dark. I thought I was gonna die because he had him, and then he normal summoned Fauna of Albaz. He tried to Albaz fusion off my IP. I Veilered that. I Veilered that. So he went to battle phase, I believe. He activated the fusion monster's effect to take my Chaos Ruler in the graveyard. I thought I was dead. He attacked into my IP, and then he activated the effect. I was like, can I negate that? I'm pretty sure you can because it's a damage stab. I was questioning myself. And then we called the judge, and the judge was like, yeah, you can negate it because it negates the activation. I was like, yeah, you can. If it negates the activation, you can negate it. So I negated his fusion monster, destroyed it. He was left with nothing in his hand, and the only 2 things on the field was Albaz and my Chaos Ruler. Passed turn to me, and I was able to go for game. So 2 DD Crow is for Despia. The DD Crow, the branded in red target. It has other applications too. Usually, if I go up against Sword Soul and they're using the the 10U monsters, I would tend to banish them when they get sent to the graveyard, depending on which one it is. If it's the Vishuda, if I feel like he's gonna threaten my main monsters, then I would usually just banish it. If it's the Ashuna, the one that special summon, is the Ashuna? I think that's what it's called. The one that special summons from the deck. I would banish that too, but I would usually wait for them to go into like another 10U monster, like Vishuda or something else, then banish that one if they send it to the graveyard to summon another Link 1. But yeah, these two were usually they were swapped in from my Ghost Warriors. I swapped out my Ghost Warriors, swapped in the DD Crows because there was more Despia, and I was more worried about Despia than I am the Adventure Engine because Despia is just this deck's weakest matchup. I did not get Contact Fuse, thank God. That would be the worst experience to ever have. I got Super Poly twice, but not Contact Fusion, which is pretty good. And then the called by, I said like a third DD Crow. You know, you can hit the hand traps, you can hit the target for random fusion if I haven't said that already. It's a very good card. You know, you can protect your plays going first and stuff like that. And then how many is that? The 3 Triple Tactics talents. So these 3 were forbidden droplets, but I was thinking about it and I was like, I'm sending way too many cards to stop a board, and usually I'm left with like a little bit of cards, and all it takes is like one little sneeze and that's it from a combo. But I decided for Triple Tactics talents because forbidden droplets, you can't do nothing with it going first. But with Triple Tactics talents, you can draw 2, you can look at their hands, and basically, for me, I know the in and outs of the deck, and with Triple Tactics talents, the only thing that would stop me is like the unknown factor, if that makes sense. I was going against heroes, and he had a DPE on board. I was able to unicorn target a DPE, so I can bait out his monster effect. Talents, look at the hand, and like that assures me that, you know, he has no more hand traps. I know everything on the board, so you can full combo. That's why I have Triple Tactics talents, because it works going first and going second. You know, going first, you can rip a card out of their hand, draw 2. Going second, you can attempt to take their monsters, you know, bait out a negate. I feel like this is more worthwhile than Forbidden Droplet, excuse me, because you don't have to send cards or send a lot of them to basically use Triple Tactics talents. And I do have cards that interact in the graveyard, but it wouldn't matter if they just hard stop my like normal summon or something like that. You need to draw into an extender. If I have no extenders and they just stop my basic place, and that's pretty much it. So that's why I have 3 tactics instead of 3 droplets, and I've been liking it so far. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 hand traps, or 15 going second cards, defensive cards. Then of course we have the spells, Boot and Ravine. Ravine, extend. It can pretty much act like an extender depending on what you discard and what you dump. And Boot is Boot. That's it. That is 50 cards in the main deck. So to add on to why I have 50 cards, I was trying to keep it as low as possible to like 40, 41, 42. But I realized that there wasn't enough hand traps when I was keeping it as low as possible. But like there was like so many good dragon cards, I was able to go from about 9 to 10 hand traps to 15 defensive cards, not hand traps. And I was able to add more good dragons, such as the Galactic Spiral, the Destrudo, another Absolrouter. Then that's pretty much it. So I was able to add more good dragons, more hand traps, and that's why I had a 50 card Dragon Link deck. Going on to the extra deck, pretty simple. The 1 Striker Dragon, the 1 Pisty for Link 1s, for Link 2s, Radic Seal, just one Romulus, 1 Dark, 1 IP, one quad barrel. For Link 3s, I have the Unicorn and the Triple Burst. Triple Burst comes up a lot. For me, that is. Usually, I use the Pisty play with my Triple Burst, or I usually try to go into Triple Burst while making my Pisty play, because I'm trying to summon out my boss monster. Link 4, Access Code Talker, speaks for himself. Link 5, my favorite card in the deck, Morrowind Dragon, like, bless this card. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. I need to play targeted with monster effects, like, what more can you ask for? And you can target one monster on the field, negate it, special summon out a rocket, like, he's the whole package, like, I love this card. Against heroes, I won game 1, game 2, he decided to make Dark Law against me, so everything was getting banished. So what I did, I went Dark, specialed out one of his monsters. Then I had a Tracer on the field, I believe, and I couldn't out his Dark Law because he had a DP on the field. So to take care of that, I take a DP. I went to battle phase. I believe I activated evenly matched to bait out some of his cards. Then main phase 2, stole his card. I went into Pisty to summon any of my dragon monsters because all my cards were getting banished. Then go into Triple Burst with I'm skipping steps. Okay, so I went Pisty. I used his monster and my monster. Go into Triple Burst, Pisty to special summon, and then just make Merlin. And I was just sitting on that. And there was 8 minutes left. If he had an out to it, that was game. But thankfully he didn't, and I was able to take that match. So yeah, it's fairly easy to make Merlin. All you have to do is go into your Pisty place, special summon out any dragon monster from your banished or your graveyard. I tend to special summon my dragon monsters from the banished because DD Crow is in the format still. So if I try to target a monster in my graveyard, they can just DD Crow it, and you're stuck with these two on the board. And usually I'm already dark locked because I use my Tracer to pop in special, or I have my Synchron to normal summon, so I'm usually dark locked at this point. And if my combo gets cut here, then I'm pretty much stuck, and I can't make my Link 5. So yeah, that's that. For Synchros, standard, Chaos Ruler, Savage, Hot Red, speaks for themselves. Don't got nothing much to say about them. And then for the last spot, the Zombie Vampire. Most people don't like this card because depending on your matchup, it could be really good or really bad. But I tend to differ because we have a lot of graveyard effects going on our side, and usually I'm saying I'm a lot. Usually if we mill their 4, we can kind of assume what they're on and like play around that depending on how early we go into the Zombie Vampire. And he is an extender. I used him a lot on Saturday. Take a monster, slap a level 8 of your own, make him mill. He's a good extender, and because we have a lot of graveyard effects, usually if I have full combo and I have the Chaos Ruler, Levy or something like that, Galactic Spiral, I can make him like mill more. I'm usually trying to mill into Chamber and Tidying or Brotar through his effect. But so either one will like gain me advantage to search out Levy or like special summon Chamber to get another Tidying copy. And yeah, that's about it. Or I can use my opponent's cards or like see what they're on if they're not like utilizing graveyard effects. You know, mill their fusion pieces and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck.